Good morning and namaste, Moon Sisters. Glad to be here with you today. I am not sure that I've got enough light on this thing, so hold on just a second. Yes, this is not scripted. uh, see if I can- more light. Perfect. Yes. Yay. Okay, so it's windy here again in Los Molinos. Not surprising, it's kind of always windy here in Los Molinos. Let's start our practice today. Bring your hands together in your heart because we are doing another moon practice today. Sorry that the first one that I did didn't stick apparently on YouTube, but hopefully this one will. We are doing a moon salute and a moon meditation today. So we're not moon salute. We are not going to do the moon salute that we did the last Sunday. We are just going to do some warm-up exercises for that. But the chanting is what I'm talking about. So there is a chant to the moon. It is Om Shri Chandraya Namaha. Om Shri Chandraya Namaha. So we are going to chant that together 8 times, beginning now. Om Shri Chandraya Namaha. 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 Bring your hands to your forehead, your hands to your lips, and your hands to your heart. And bow forward, sitting tall. Bring your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, look up at the ceiling. As you exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Following your breath. Going to do this 5 more times. Inhaling up through your nose. Exhaling down through your mouth. Inhale up through the nose. Exhale down through the mouth. 3 more. And back to center. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Up and round and round. Following your breath. Inhaling up through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Paying attention to the rhythm of your breath. Letting your body follow that rhythm. Good. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale. Inhale up and exhale down. Bring your shoulders back. Feel them roll back. Inhale up and exhale down. Good. Plant your hands down onto the mat. Exhale, let your ear come towards your shoulder. Inhale to center and exhale your ear to the other side. Gently moving from side to side. Last time to each side. And back to center. Turn your head, look over one shoulder, come back to center, look over the other shoulder, come back to center. Following the breath as you move from side to side. 6 more, just like that. One. And when you come back to center, coming into Sufi circles, so you're moving toward the sole of your outside foot. And I know that many times in yoga classes, you've probably done Sufi circles and you kind of sit in the same position with your legs in the same place. I'm going to urge you to pay attention and not do the reason is because the leg that's on the outside, this one, okay, is more open than this one, which is now closed. The hip is more closed, which is the point. And so is the knee. So it is a little bit easier to move your body toward the outside foot than it is to move it toward the inside foot. And I know that sounds a little different than what you may be used to, but just pay attention to your own body and notice what is true for you when you do this. Explore. If you find it to be the reverse, then do it that way. My suggestion is that you really start to pay attention to what's happening internally with you. Because it doesn't matter what's true for someone else. It doesn't matter if it's true for me as a teacher. If it's not true for you as a student, then you need to adapt it to you. So pay attention to what's happening in your body when you're doing this. You may feel it more in one hip than the other as you move around in circles. Notice that too. Notice where your shoulders are. Be mindful of not rounding your back when you do circles. As a matter of fact, be as mindful as you can about sitting nice and tall most of the time because it's good for you, right? We bring our shoulders back, especially as we get older. The reality is that our body has a tendency to just kind of want to curl in. And we need to counteract that by paying attention and being aware. what happens as we get older is that the positions that we keep, the things that we do most often, are the things that our body adapts to and says, oh, that's what she wants, right? That's what she wants to do. Okay, we'll make that easier. And so we end up with our bodies in a position that we really don't want them in, like rounded shoulders, hunched back. Because if we sit like that a lot during the day, that's what we're telling our bodies we want to be like. And it will calcify those muscles and those ligaments and that soft tissue into that position to actually make it easier for your body to maintain the position that you are holding. So if that's not what you want, don't sit down. Okay, come back to center. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again. And this time you're going to just bring your hand down on the side of your outside thigh. Bring the hand down to the mat and reach your arm, the other arm, over the top. Now, wherever is comfortable for you is where you want to be. What I urge you not to do is let your arm relax in this position because it's not much of a stretch, or at least not as much of a stretch. Straighten your arm and really reach from your hip all the way through the side of the body, reaching up and over. And if your elbow goes to the mat, that's great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. What you want to do is hold this position however it's available to you. That can be wherever that is, with the top arm as straight and the fingers reaching as possible. And maybe that's here. No, arm straight. Maybe that's here. Maybe that's here. Maybe you need support. Whatever it is that works for you, do that, but be true to your body. So making sure that you're paying attention to getting the maximum stretch that you can get here. Breathing out and breathing in. Really feeling the breath moving in the body here. Back up nice and slow. We're going to twist the other way. So you're twisting toward your inside knee, right? That hand goes behind your back. The opposite hand goes to the knee or somewhere on the thigh, depending on where you reach. And turn your head looking over your shoulder. You want to look through the corners of your eyes. What that means is like the outside. Breathing out, breathing in. Very slowly unwinding back to center. And you're going to switch your legs. The other leg is now on the outside. And notice how that feels. You may have one side that feels automatically preferential. It's like you're there and it just, that's how you sit. If you sit cross-legged, that's how you sit. Now, I also want to say that depending on the flexibility in your hips and your knees, you might find it is helpful to use cushion. And I actually have a couple of them here, which I'll show you. This cushion is actually probably my favorite if I'm using one. It's very comfortable. It's called a Zafu cushion. This one is made by Barefoot Yoga Company. And yes, it came with me from the States. I love it. But you don't have to use a yoga cushion. You can use a pillow. You can use anything to sit on. You can also use a yoga bolster if you happen to have one. That can be well. The point is, Comfortable as you can. It's gonna fall over. Oh my God. Okay. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. It wasn't this windy a minute ago. Yeah, Panama. All right. So moving toward your outside foot, like I said, it may be that one side is less easy than the other. In this case, for me, this is my cranky side. My right side is not as happy. My right hip particularly is not as happy as my left with this kind of activity. And that's my kitty cat walking in and out. That's Izzy. Izzy is a very sweet girl, but she is also a big time foodie. And she will absolutely eat anything that she can get her little paws on. Won't you? Yes, but she also likes yoga very much. She does. She likes it when mommy does yoga. Yeah, because we play on the mat. She's one of those cats. She likes to play. She does. She likes to be messed with on the yoga mat. She likes to be petted. She likes to play in and out of my legs if I'm doing downward dog, which is interesting. Yeah, a lot of fun. I don't like dogs, but I like downward dogs. Yeah. Oh, and I like the birds that are flying around now, Mom. Yep, there's lots of those. They like the wind. Breathing out and breathing in. Moving toward your outside leg, outside foot. Belly, white in the throat. Just noticing the sensation, noticing if it starts, if there's tightness in your hip or in your leg, if it starts to loosen up as you move. Adjusting as you need to, you may find another option. So if it's not comfortable to be that close in, you could take your leg out and put something under your knee as you're moving. If that feels better for your knee or your thigh or whatever. So pay attention to your body and do what you need to do to make it more accessible. A lot of times people say, oh, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible, but that's really not true. That's not accurate. You may not be flexible. That's okay. Well, that's not true. You are flexible. You're just not as flexible as some other people. So the bottom line is you want to use the flexibility you have, because that old saying, use it or lose it, that would be true. Come back to center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Yes, kitty. She likes me calm too. Inhale. And exhale, tipping over again, just like we did on the other side. Top arm is straight, reaching from your hip all the way up the side, up through your shoulder and your arm, all the way out through your fingers. The other arm down, hand on the mat, forearm on the mat, elbow on the mat, as far over as is comfortable for you to go. Breathing out and breathing in. And please do not be discouraged by watching me do this. I am flexible. I have always been flexible. And I've been doing yoga for probably just about 30 years now. And it has kept me flexible. So that I would say is probably the greatest testament to yoga that I can give, is that if you consistently do this practice, you will become more flexible and you will keep your flexibility and your strength as you get older. Yay. Because I celebrated 66 this month. Yay! Now eligible for Medicare. Or no, not Medicare. I'm already eligible for Medicare. I'm eligible to get money from the government. Yay. Exhale and twist, looking over your shoulder. Out the corners of your eyes. Breathing out and breathing in. It's harder to breathe here because you're twisting. But while you're doing this, notice where you're feeling expansion when you inhale. Just be aware. And where it may feel less expansive. For me, this is more expanded because there's more room. This is contracted because I'm twisting into it. Inhaling, coming back to center. Just kind of noticing how your body feels at this point. How was that? Okay. So you've kind of done some work, right? From here, from the neck to the shoulders, through the torso, down into your belly, with a little bit of emphasis on the hips. We're going to do a little bit more on the hips. Coming onto your hands and knees. Inhale as you arch your back, and exhale as you round. I subscribe to the theory that it is good to have your hands farther apart in yoga. On that, so take your shoulders and just let them hang. Arms hang down by your sides. This may or may not. Then lift up your arms. That would be inside your mat. If you were to take your arms in this position and put them down on the mat here, that would be here. That's, you know, shoulder width apart, which is what is the standard way that many yoga practitioners think of how they need to be. It's inside their mat. But the thing is, they didn't have mats in India 5,000 years ago, which is when yoga was actually created. You know, when the yogis, Devi gurus at that time started doing these movement practices, didn't have mats. Okay, and I say that because mats were made so that people would have something to be able to be on that would keep their hands and their feet clean. And so that's not an innovation from 5,000 years ago. That's you know, modern. So what I'm going to suggest to you is something that's called carrying angle. And it's called carrying angle because if you are carrying something heavy, this is how you want your shoulders, which is roll them back and let your arms hang down for a minute. And so as I do this, I'm going to just raise my arms with my shoulders back and look how much wider apart my hands are. And if I can manage to move like this, I'm going to bring my hands down. And what you'll see is my hands are outside of my mat. Carrying angle actually gives you more stability because your shoulders are back and you can hold into that position much more comfortably with much more strength. If you can imagine if you were if you know, we lived in ancient times and we were carrying baskets of wood or clothes or food, we wouldn't carry them like this, right? We wouldn't carry them here because that would be hard, right? It'd be hard on your back. If your shoulders are back, there, you can hold that weight much easier. And it's true when you're holding your body weight too. We're not going to do downward dog today, but I would urge you to just try at some point in time downward dog with your hands in the normal on the mat position. And then roll your shoulders back. Let your arms come down to a natural angle there. Bring your arms up. Place them on the mat or place them where they go, where they actually fall. And come into downward dog and see how much difference there is in how stable and strong you feel in the position. Your shoulders will feel better, your back will feel better, and you will feel more balanced. That is important. So even as we do cat-cow in tabletop position, I have my hands in carrying angle because I know that it is better for my back. I know that it's better for my shoulders. And I want to bring my shoulders down and back and lift my belly up. Inhale up, exhale down. But as you do this, keep your shoulders in that position because it trains them to be where you want them. Inhale back to center. Exhale your hips to one side. And as you do that, you may feel a real stretch in that lower hip. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. Now both my hips are feeling cranky today, so I will tell you this feels pretty darn good. Don't be afraid of the stretch. If it actually hurts, notice the difference between pain and stretch. A lot of times people confuse the two because it's intense. A good stretch can be very intense, but it's not, at least in my book, really painful. Notice the difference as you move from side to side. Are the hips the same? Do they feel the same? Or is one hip feeling the intensity more than the other? In my case, that's really true. My left hip is pretty comfortable. My right hip is going, oh yeah, there. Right into that stretch. So just notice what's true for you. And generally, as you move your hips in this kind of a motion, the intensity will start to ease up. It will get less intense as you continue to move. If it gets more intense, then that would be a reason to probably stop. If you have bad hips, just pay attention to what's going on there when you're doing this. And then come back to center when you're ready. And we're going to sit on our mat back in a wide-legged position. You're going to walk your hands over toward one knee. And walk your hands down to wherever they reach. That may be your ankle. That's fine. Just keeping your shoulders back, your body engaged here. Looking up. If you reach your foot, that's fine too. I do reach my foot. So I'm going to take advantage of that and go over that foot. Go over the, well, my head doesn't reach my foot, but I'm going to go over the leg. Breathing out and breathing in. Always remembering that the breath is the most important part of any yoga position. You can't breathe in it, you need to move it. And now, so your foot is flexed, your ankle is flexed. So you're really stretching the muscles in your leg, your calf, you feel it in the back of the knee, perhaps. Just notice what you're feeling here and breathe into it. As you're ready, walk your hands back up your leg. We're going to go to the other side. Taking a full deep breath in. Exhale as you fold down over the leg. Hands wherever they reach. Wherever your body reaches. Remember, you don't want to hunch. You want to bring your head towards your knee. You want to sit as long as possible. Your spine still long even as you're twisting, right? And so then wherever you reach your hands, that's where you reach. Wow. Big gust of wind. That was interesting. I heard it from the tree outside here inward. It was like, what was, oh. It's there before it hit here. The other thing that you may find about stretching too is that the stretch, if you will breathe into it, if you will exhale into that stretch, it will get deeper. The muscles will relax if you let them. We have a tendency to feel a stretch and tense. And if you tense, you're not going to get much of a stretch. You have to let the body release into that and breathe into that. Here slowly, again, walking the hands up the leg, supporting yourself up to center, turning to center. And yeah, we didn't forget about this one, right? Bring your hands down in the center, coming down wherever it is that you reach. Just noticing what's true for you. You can come down to your elbows, great. That doesn't work, don't do it. Be wherever it is that you can be comfortably, still keeping your back nice and long, shoulders back, inhaling and exhaling. You can flex your feet or your ankles or not. It's a choice. Very, very slowly press into your hands, lifting your body up as you come back to center. And I'm going to suggest that if you have a pillow or if you have a yoga bolster or something to put under your knees, that you do so, because now we're going to lie down. You're going to lie down for this meditation because it's a wonderful way to meditate. That's why. So as you find yourself comfortable, I love lying with the bolster underneath my knees. It's actually, I sleep with the pillow under my knees because it helps release the muscles in my lower back. You can take that for yourself or not, as you choose. But you'll find lying down with the pillow under your knees, especially if you're on a hard surface like the floor right now, it's a lot more comfortable. It feels better. So get yourself comfortable. Turn down the lights, close the blinds, doing whatever you need to do to create an atmosphere where you will be able to relax. I was thinking about trying to play the Moonlight Sonata as we did this, but I decided it probably wouldn't work very well with the given conditions of wind in my current environment. Trying to adjust my mat. All right. So lying down on your mat, get comfortable. Allow yourself to relax. Just paying attention to your body as you rest here. This completely prone position is called Shavasana, and that's where you want to be. Letting the body rest. Breathing out and breathing in. Even breath. Starting your even breath with perhaps a count of inhale 4 and exhale 4. Inhale forward and exhale. And if 4 is not comfortable for you, find a number that is, whether it's a number that's higher or lower. Notice where you're breathing, into your chest or into your belly. What expands more, I guess is the question. Where do you feel the breath first? And I'll probably be doing another video on breath practices, but right now, just breathing out and breathing. Relaxing completely, feeling your body pressing down onto the floor, noticing the sensations in your toes, in the soles of your feet, and the tops of your feet. Awareness of sensation in your ankles and your calves and your shins, your knees, your inner and outer thighs, your hips. Body awareness, allowing your eyes to close if that's available to you and comfortable. Beginning to notice as the breath slows and eases. Feeling your abdomen expand and contract. Noticing the sensation of your buttocks on the floor and the low back. And noticing as you move your awareness through your body, as you continue to breathe out and breathe in, you may feel your back expanding and contracting, the ribs in your back expanding and contracting. We often think that we breathe just in the front of our bodies, but in fact, our back moves as much or even more than our chest does. Breathing out and breathing in. Shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed, palms turned up toward the ceiling. Noticing the sensation in your collarbones and your neck. Awareness of the back of your head touching the floor. Awareness of your jaw. Notice if there's muscular tension in your jaw, and let that release by opening your mouth really wide. And then gently letting it close. Feel your tongue in your mouth. Notice if it's pressing up against your teeth. And if it is, see if you can gently relax your tongue, letting it rest on the floor of the mouth or up toward the roof of the mouth, somewhere in there rather than pressing against your teeth. Relaxing your cheeks, your eyes, let them close. Feel the body, the whole body. The body at rest as you notice your brow relax, muscles and your scalp relax. The whole body resting now. Following the rhythm of your breath. And as you breathe out and breathe in, you may notice that the breath begins to slow. The breath may become deeper. The breath may become smoother.
more even, easier as you relax and rest. Just rest. Letting go of all the thoughts. As you begin to watch the patterns on the inner screen of the mind, your eyes are closed, but there is still movement. There's still colors, there's still shapes that you may see behind your closed eyes. This inner visual screen in Sanskrit is called Chittakasha. Chitta is mind. Kasha would be the screen, mind screen. Noticing the movement, perhaps colors or shape here. Perhaps not. Just notice. Noticing the movement of the thoughts in the mind. Awareness of thoughts that come and go. Allow them to go. Notice them as they come and let them float away. Breathing out and breathing in. And with just a little intention, begin to slow the movement of the thoughts, quieting the mind. You might imagine that the movement there is like water on a lake. And as a thought arises, the waves gently lap upon the shore. And as the thought recedes, the lake returns to calm, placid stillness. Breathing out, breathing in. Letting the breath be easy. Notice as the breath slows down even more. You may find that the chest is barely moving at all. Belly moving a little as the breath slows and the thoughts slow. Slowing down the movement of the thoughts, the movement of the lake, the waves of the lake, moving toward the shore and away. Slowing down the movement of the lake until it's like clear glass. No waves, no motion. Almost, you could imagine that the surface of the lake was clear, reflecting glass. mind is now like a still lake with no wind to ruffle the surface at all. No thoughts disrupting the stillness. Feeling the breath, a whisper of inhale and pause and exhale and pause. The lake is like a clear glass. No thoughts disrupting smooth, clear water. Still quiet, peace. Now, imagine the moon rising behind the mind. Beautiful, full, reflecting moon rising into a clear and cloudless sky. The full moon rising slowly behind the mind. With tiny points of stars behind them. Watch the moon as a reflection upon the surface of the lake. The surface so calm, so still, that it appears as if the moon is actually underneath the waters of the lake, floating between the top and the bottom, shining up to light the surface. Allow that light to expand until the whole lake is alive with a vibrant, warm glow. Feel your consciousness expanding and opening as the light illuminates your mind. Floating, floating. Sensation peace. No thoughts to disturb the moon's reflection. No thoughts. As the mind rests in the waters of light. Body and the mind. Shining up. Waters of light. Lightest sensation. Coolness in your nostrils as you inhale. and the slightest sensation of waters. Exhale. Without thought, just awareness. No need to shift or change. Just be with that sensation of breathing. Soft, gentle breath. Following the breath out and following the breath in. Feel yourself moving now away from the lake and separating your awareness from the mind once again until you are aware of yourself watching the water, watching your life on the water. Allow your breath to deepen just a little. And as you inhale and exhale, become once again aware of the sensation of space around you. Of the sensation of your body resting on the floor. Notice the sensation of the room that you're in without opening your eyes. Just be aware of that space. And the sounds within the room. And sounds outside the room. Begin to move the fingers and your toes, hands, feet, allowing your body to stretch or move in whatever way feels right and comfortable to you. Taking in a full deep breath and exhaling all that air out. Another full deep breath in. Another complete exhale. One more full deep breath as you stretch, allowing your body to move freely with your breath in whatever way feels good, feels right to you. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side, curling your knees in, allowing your arms to come in front of you or aside from you, wherever you feel best. Maybe use your arm as a support for your head or a pillow underneath your head in this position. Perhaps a pillow between your knees. Just let yourself rest here. Noticing the sensation of breath, sensations in your body. Any awarenesses of differences or shifts in your state and mentally or emotionally. When you're ready, return to a seated position on your mat. Yes, I hope it will work. Because I wanted to make sure you could hear me over the wind. And still maintain a calm, quiet voice. At least I hope that it works. So we're going to repeat our moon mantra. Om Shri Chandraya Namaha. We're going to repeat that 8 times. Now, if you are so inclined at some point in time and you are doing a full moon meditation and you want to do this, you can, or any other time you feel like you want to do this, doesn't have to be full moon. We'll do that together perhaps one of these full moon nights. You can chant Om Shri Chandraya Namaha 108 times. 108 is a kind of mystical, magical number. And one of these days, I'll tell you about that. Today, just bring your hands to your heart. Take a full deep breath in and let all that breath go. Another breath, just like that. Chant with me 8 times. Om Shri Chandraya Namaha. 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 Breathe into the silence, into the stillness that surrounds you. Breathe into the stillness within you. Carrying with you always the moon rising above the still lake. Rising into that clear sky, filling up the waters of the lake with the glow of the moon. Bring your hands to your forehead for clear thoughts, to your lips for a clear voice, and to your heart for clear intentions. Namaste. I'll be looking for you soon, my moon sisters, at the full moon gathering. if you liked this video. Like it below, so that I'll know that you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know that too. If there was something wrong, if you couldn't hear me, or if something else was going on, please let me know that. This is a work in progress. The idea of doing these videos for you is a work of love on my part, something that I can give to this community. It's what I know, so that's what I can give to you. And I hope that it is something that you're enjoying. Thank you for being here today.